The last theory of poverty is called poverty caused by cumulative and cyclical interdependencies. This theory is complex, it's difficult because it's made up of the different components of the other four theories that we first looked at. Yeah, and it asserts that problems dominate. Once problems dominate opportunities, they close the opportunities and create a cumulative set of problems that make any effective response nearly impossible. And the cyclical part is when individual situations and community resources are mutually dependent, as in if one happens, it will lead to the occurrence of, for example, at a community level, lack of employment opportunities leads to out-migration. People live from rural areas to urban areas. It will lead to closing of retail stores, and it will lead to declining local tax revenue since people are not employed, which will lead to the deterioration of schools that are built by the government since they are receiving less revenue from taxes, which will lead to poorly trained workers, leading to farms not being able to utilize that technology, and then the inability to recruit new farms in the area, which will lead back to lack of employment. So in this case, situations are mutually dependent. One leads to the other. Yeah, until when we go back to the problem that we started with. We started with lack of employment, and then the end of it is also lack of employment. Yeah, and that is cumulative poverty. Cumulative and cyclical interdependency poverty. Let's look at the anti-poverty programs from a cycle of poverty perspective. What can be done to stop the cumulative and cyclical kind of poverty? Yeah, the first thing is income and economic assets, by making sure that the income of the people increases. And economic assets, like you introduce people to the economic world. For example, you introduce them to the treasury bills, certificates of deposit, savings account, and all that, so that they can be able to increase on their income and stop the cumulative and cyclical interdependence kind of poverty. Then another way is education and skills. You educate people. Once people are educated, the higher chances of them not being poor, because it will increase on their way of thinking, their quality of thinking, their creativity, and all that. Yeah, and then another way is housing and surroundings. Where we stay affects our thinking, our creativity, and everything, and our success. So you encourage people to live where there is a poverty perspective, to go somewhere else where they have a better perspective. For example, they leave the rural areas to go to urban areas where there is a better perspective of life. Another one is access to healthcare and other needed social services. Someone who is not healthy cannot be wealthy, because it's believed that health is wealth. Yeah, so you increase access to healthcare and the needed social services. Another one is close personal ties as well as social networks. Like you encourage people to network with people who will benefit them, people who are beneficial, people who had value to them. Yeah, then lastly is personal resourcefulness and leadership abilities. You encourage people to believe in themselves. You encourage people to invest in themselves, to work on themselves. Yeah, so that they can stop that kind of poverty. Thanks for watching, and those were the 5 theories of poverty. We had cumulative poverty and cyclical interdependencies. There is poverty caused by geographical disparities. There is poverty caused by economic, political, and social distortions. There is poverty caused by culture, and then poverty caused by individual deficiencies. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends.